Ball across to Dylan. Now he double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again.
Yes, Van Magdeburg are the champions of Europe. To come up with something here. She has a game. This is across the keeper. What a comeback!
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, it is time to talk handball again right after the matches of the EHF Euro 2026, and it has been one hell of a day, to put it like that. It was a good start. It wasn't too many wild things going on, but we did get the first impressions, and when I'm talking about us, that is today, Lille Shorter, me, Ben Kunkel, and Martin Wilstrup, and Victor Thomas. How's it going, guys?
Good, very good. You know, the Euro started, it's showtime. I remember my times as a player, all the preparation and everything. And now I'm just enjoying home with two screens, watching all the games. I'm really happy that the championship started because it's handball time at home. And I really like to be watching handball during all the afternoon.
But that's actually a good topic there, Martin. I'll come to you shortly. When you're now sitting at home watching the games, how does it look? So do you sit on the couch with your family? Do you do it on your own because you're too focused on Spain and you can't talk to anybody else? How's it looking?
So today we arrived from school when I picked up the kids, and we directly connect to the Spanish TV where they were doing the pre-game talkings. And then we were sitting on the sofa watching the first half. We had fast dinner on halftime, and then we watched the second half. Then we put the kids to bed in between the games, and then we watched the second round of the game. So it was a little bit stressful, but yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. It does sound like a family bonding moment there. And for Martin, it sounds like a national bonding moment because he calls us straight from Denmark. How's the atmosphere in the land of the Handball Euro? Or one of the lands of the nations of the Euro?
Oh, it's good. It's good from my side. Also been looking forward to the Euros to start with listening and reading a lot of articles on the internet. And then... To be honest, also today, I don't hope my bosses, they listen to the podcast. They're not that much into handball, sadly, but focusing on job today was a little bit hard, having in mind that the Euros would start. So I did some preparation at work as well. Then, walked the dog before and in between the games. So I was able to watch it. One on the phone and the other one on the big screen.
Nice. So the time of the year for Martin Wilstrup has come where he can just watch handball as soon as he comes home and feed the rest of his day with it. And I mean, this would be the time for you to convince your bosses because it's a great tournament, how it already started. And let's look at the first games. Victor, when we're having you in here, we're of course done with Spain-Serbia there. Let's at first look at their starting lineups. Alex Dushabayev sitting on the bench. Dani Dushabayev not even in the squad. What happened there?
I think the Alex Dushabayev thing was because the right back position was in the other side of the bench, and Jordi Rivera preferred to start with Garciandia, who is a both sides player, let's say. Alex can also defend, but normally in the 5-1. And this is what happened. And then about Dani, I think that Dani will have his opportunities during the championship, but he just decided that for today it was, another players who he wanted, and it paid off, because actually Ian Tarrafeta was MVP, and then Casado also was playing good. Jangurri, he was better in the first half than in the second one. Also, Marcos Fis had his moment on the first half. So everything was starting in a good foot for Spain.
Yeah, so, now that you dropped the name, we got to jump in there. Martin, have we found the new Lamine Yamal of handball?
There are some comparisons in between, and I mean, I was also excited to see it. 18 years old. I mean, his first 3 attacks, I think he had an assist and 2 goals, and there I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be some kind of a story. Then in second half, he became, can you say, more of a human with an offensive fall or something like that. But the story with Marco Fis is incredible. I think he played in the second best league last year and then moved up to the best league and then changed to Granulair this year, if I remember correctly. So and only being 18 years old and with his dad, and yeah, that's quite a story.
He is a machine.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah, I mean, we only got a taste of it as we've seen the game today, but he came in super quick feet, quirky, finds new solutions, because as soon as he touched the ball, it looked like it was a complete different game. Victor, what more can we expect from him?
You can expect everything, I would say. You can expect a player that I really like what I see from the control of his emotions as well. And he is a player that even he has 18 years old, he could be hypothetically in a final throwing the last shot for winning. You know, this is what I see on him, you know, this kind of confidence. So I think that we can expect everything, you know, because I think he's capable, especially in attack. In defense, in my opinion, he has to improve, but in attack, he's an absolute machine.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, we also just saw in defense and that he was going a little bit high on the field also to take out the tempo maybe for the guys who's a little bit stronger than he is. He's only 18 years old, so there's some work to do with his physical statement, but I would say actually what I also noticed a little bit, Alex Djurbaev came in second half and had some important goals, but I think a little bit he's also, you know, the guy that they go to when they need to make decisions, and he's playing a little bit on his own. I think the flow was maybe a little bit better with Garcia and Marcus Fis when they played that together, because otherwise sometimes Alex get the ball and he want to create something because he can do it on his own. That's just something I noticed a little bit. And also because I think that the other players are looking at him and expecting him maybe to create something or playing with the line player. I feel
like it definitely was a different game when Alex Dushabayev came in and took responsibility, because you could feel his aura on the field. But especially the first minutes, he wasn't really comfortable on the pitch. So the actions that he had, they didn't work. Eventually, he had two very important goals in clutch moments. So just seconds before, Serbia was close to getting down to one goal again. So they were close to actually getting close to Spain once again. And then Alex Dushabayev showed up. Victor, that is the quality they need and they want from him, right?
He is the player that the team is looking for when the ball is burning, you know, and he likes this kind of situations, actually. The first European Championship was with a crucial goal from Alex Dutsevaev against Croatia, and he really likes this kind of situation. So I think that in the beginning of the second half were his first minutes on the game, and Serbia, they just went out from the locker room with energy, you know, willing to recover the difference on the score, and that's why maybe he had a little bit more problems, you know. But I think that we all know him. We all know that he likes to have the ball on his hands, and sometimes he keeps the ball a little bit more time, but actually it's the exact time that he needs in case he has to pass the ball, because he's creating something in his side to pass the ball in another side. So I think that Jordi knows very well how to use all the players he has on the squad.
He has proven that today. He brought in Serra Diaz straight from the start. And he's back with the national team. And of course, we want to hear from him right after the match how he feels amongst his teammates.
I was not 2 years ago, but this year I can say that we have a really good feeling. I think the team has worked really good. We have confidence in ourselves, and I think that's a good thing for us.
Are you happy to be with the national team? How is the atmosphere in the team?
It's really good. I have many partners I play with in the clubs, and it's nice to have a really good group. The atmosphere is good, and of course I'm really happy to be back in the national team because I really feel it a lot. And for me, it's so good to play here with the national team.
So yeah, Saradia definitely feels comfortable in the national team, and it feels good to be back. But that isn't to be said about the entire Spanish national team, because while they were in the lead, but Victor, how in the world did it even get close? Because I did feel like watching the game that Spain was in control of the pace. Spain was given the directions, but nevertheless they weren't able to pull away from Serbia.
Yeah, because I think they are quite, let's say, equaled in level national teams. I think that when Milosavljev started to save 2-3 balls in a row, then he pushed Serbia a little bit to go for it, and then also in the goal in Spain, I think Sergei was not good in the first half. Then Biosca started in the second half. He had some good saves from 6 meters, but then Sergei was very important in the end of the game. So I think that also the goalkeepers played this role, and in this case we didn't see a great performances from goalkeepers, but I would say that Spanish goalkeepers had saves in a more clear situation, like penalties or shoots against the goalkeeper, or in a more important moments than Serbian goalkeepers. Looking on the Spanish side, I saw a team that they played what they wanted to play, and I think they were very organized, and I think that they put it a lot of energy at the beginning of the game, which in some championships this has been missing. And it was very important for them to start very well the championship, and they did it. And in the Serbian side, I think that through the game they started to find the pace, to find the rhythm, to find the game with new coach and Raul. He has a very on detail system in attack, and I think that through the game they found themselves a little bit more, and I think they might be more dangerous in the second game.
True that. Spain does look versatile, and they do need to be versatile, because they did their homework. Their direct rivals for the top of the group, Germany, they did it as well, and it was a game that came with a lot of background noises. So I'm keen to hear. Has it left the German border? So it did in the direction of Austria, but that Andy Wolff was trash talking a little bit before the game.
I read it online about him saying that those kind of things about the Austrian playing style, and that he didn't like it that much, and it's anti-handball.
Exactly.
To me, it looked like the Austrian players in the beginning, they also heard about it, the way the game started, because it was tough.
It was so
very
fiery,
tough,
man.
hard playing. Yeah.
So first 7-meter penalty just razored over Andy Wolff's head. You could really see, Austria does want to say hi to Germany there. But I think
there was some tension in the air.
Yeah, I do think that Andy Wolff didn't want to say that to intimidate or annoy Austria. I think he wanted to take away media pressure from the young players, so that they are not in the focus, and that he stepped up, taking responsibility for the game. And I mean, at some point, it is necessary to play dirty in these kind of ways, isn't it, Victor?
Yes, but honestly, I don't know Andy as a person. I don't know him, but when you are in this kind of situations in the championship, talking with media, you don't think that much about taking pressure in or out of somebody. You just sometimes try to say what you want to say, Mm-hmm. And I think that Andy, I also read it. I didn't hear his words, so I don't know if he said it like this exactly or not, but he just said what he wanted to say, Mm-hmm. And if this puts more pressure on him, okay, but I don't think he was thinking about taking pressure out of the young players. But the beginning of the game was really, really tough, especially Austria was... I could feel, that it was something there in between these two teams. And I think it was an exciting match that Germany controlled the match throughout 60 minutes. But Austria, they fought hard, really hard, and it was a moment in the end until Andy Wolff saved the penalty that it looked that Austria might have a better result than a lose. Yes.
Yeah, it was close in the end, but let's hear what Alfred Gislason, German Bundestrainer, have to say about the game.
For the first game in Euro tournament, it was good. First to win, and we had a fantastic defense and good goalkeeping. And there were also times we were playing quite good in attack, but we are also doing too many errors in attack. And we win the game with 3, but we have to we let Austria into the game in the end again, and we shouldn't have done that. But those are our errors we did in attack.
If you look at the 2 other teams that you have to play against in the group phase, which one would possibly be the most difficult to beat?
Well, it's difficult to say because it was a tight game, Serbia against Spain. Serbia is for me, it's a very good team. They are, if they are getting to a flow, and they are really, really difficult to beat, and have a really good players. A lot of them, although some of them in the Bundesliga, a very important team. And then there is Spain, and they have an extremely good mixture now from the older players, very experienced players, and really huge talents, young talents. So I think everyone will say it's Spain is a more difficult team. They are more experienced in important games. But we have to go first against Serbia and give everything to win that game. And then it's looking good for us to come into the main round. That's the most important thing now.
Yeah, so for both of them, it was a tough game as well. But I do want to come back to the things that Andy Wolff actually said and what he meant by it. Because I think it was around the 15th, 20th minute in the first half when Andy Wolff, when we actually saw what he meant. With Austria playing their 7 versus 6 game, taking really, really down the pace and really slowing it down, trying to annoy the opponent, trying to get into the opponent's minds. Martin, what's your read on that type of play?
I mean, I also don't know Andy, but there must have been something in the air, because why should he even focus on the way that Austria is playing? They're not the only team in the world playing 7 versus 6.
But I mean, the way
Isn't
that
it
they
also...
play it is a little bit different.
Yeah, but how many other teams do also play 7 versus 6? And do we all need to play the 7 versus 6 in the same way?
Victor is
That would
shaking
be
his
very
head very,
boring.
very loudly here.
I just feel like it would be very boring.
Because when I hear you, a German guy, saying the way Austria plays 7 against 6, 7 against 6, everybody knows that when a coach want to lower the pace of the game, he's using 7 against 6. And Austria is doing that as well, and is doing it very well. I think what is annoying for the teams is that they are doing so well.
Yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
It's not annoying that they want to lower the pace because, this rule, it's not invented by Austrians,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And
of
I
course,
just feel...
sorry, Martin.
No, you were saying it's just also like they scored 1 goal after 11 minutes and then they went over to 7 versus 6 and it helped them and it worked for them. So from Austrian perspective, to not use a tool that can change the game in their favor, it's like, why shouldn't they do so? I don't believe Austria, they really care about if they played the most beautiful handball in the world. Whenever people have to talk about it, is it effective? Yes. Does it work for them? Are they good at it? Yes. And I mean, also the left wing, Jakub Nick, he missed the 2 first. Then after he scored 7 in a row also. And Frimmel, they scored 16 goals from the wings out of 27. Is it that boring? I mean, yeah, okay, there were a couple of moments where it get, tight in the end with Hutesek getting close. But I just believe there's something more to it because the players from Austria also play in the Bundesliga and they gotta put something on the fire because Who
But
cares?
for
I bet.
me,
Yeah.
for me, if it's boring, what's the problem? And why should anyone from Austria get or feel it's like insulted because Andy Wolf said that? If it's his opinion, okay, you know. So I think that we should have a little bit thicker skin on this kind of comments because I don't think he's disrespecting anyone. And
It's
if
more in the
it's
tone that he said it. So you could
okay.
really feel that there was a little bit of
Yeah.
anger coming with it, and not being happy about it because it wasn't too long ago that they have met each other. But it definitely is a topic that keeps the handball world running right now, and I actually already love it. But then, as we're looking at it, Victor, the next guys that Austria is playing against is Spain. Do you think Spain has the tools to cope with that?
Yes, I think so. I think that if there is a team that tactically can have many things to do or to show, that is Spain. You know, but Austria, they have shown under Ales Pajovic, they also have a lot of tactically knowledge, but now they also have a Spanish coach. So I think it will be a very, very interesting game. But yes, I think Spain has the tools to beat Austria. And I also think that Austria can beat Spain. I think that Austria today, they missed Nikola Bilic in attack. One goal from 6 shots, it's too low for Austria. They need him in a better scoring percentage, and I think that Austria also is missing a little bit a right back when the bench is on the far side of the change, you know.
Yeah.
Because then they are using also the 7 against 6 much more because of the defensive organization.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So today's focus a little more on Group A here, as you guys can already hear. But it was the closer matches in Group A anyway. But of course, we want to have a look at Group B here too. Group C, sorry. France against Czechia and Norway against Ukraine. Two clear victories for the favorites. 42-28 for France against Czechia. 39-22 for Norway against Ukraine. But there is two topics that we need to talk about. And the first one is happening in the French backcourt. Nedim Remili out of the tournament, misses the whole tournament as the Frenchman released just yesterday, just one day prior to the Euro. Martin, what does that do to the French squad?
It gives them a little bit less opportunities also in terms of playing with a left-handed as a playmaker. Dikamem can do it, and then they can play with Julian Boss there on the right back. But it's the MVP of the last Euros. He can do stuff on his own. He's very good also to play with the line players. We saw it whenever he played together with Fabregas also, and they have a connection there. So they miss out a player that can create things on his own. A great shot, overview of the court, but I mean, as I said also in the preview of the Euros, that I believe the flow is better with Min, even though that he also played a decent game, but Remeli, of course, he's a quality player. So for every team that not having Remeli in the team, it would be a loss.
Yeah. 100%. But today it worked against Czechia. Czechia wasn't the opponent to put France to its limits. They have shown us that they do have a broad squad that they can choose from, and there is almost no loss in quality when someone else steps on the court. And then the other game that we haven't touched yet, Norway against Ukraine. And boy, was that a shot just before halftime. Victor, have you already seen it even?
I gotta be honest. No, I didn't see this action that you are
I
talking
saw
about.
it. I saw it.
Yeah, go ahead, Martin. Talk
Tuchenko.
us through it.
No, it's free throw after the time, and you didn't expect Tuchenko to actually score from the free throw, and then he leaned to the right side, as we also seen it with Prandi, and then he shot out beside Oscar, I don't know, August Pedersen, and then did he hit the post and went in? It was a good goal, a very good goal on the arm shot. So shout out to that. And also just to sum up with France, before we move over to Norway, they were running a lot today against Czech Republic. And yeah, there were a couple of players from Czech that's worth mentioning that they also did a good job. Let me see here what I wrote down also to see that I remember all the names. That the left wing, Piotr Siroki, he did good. And then I also had Solak did good. And then they had Pirok, an injury, which is a big loss from the right back. But Ukraine Norway match was for me a little bit similar for the France Czech Republic game, because from the beginning there were one side that was stronger than the other one, and if it was just a matter of how big Norway would win today. Norway got a good start, scored a lot of goals, were running a lot, especially in the first half, running a lot like France.
Yeah, and that's even where I would say those games, they weren't too tough, so nothing to dig deep into too much, but of course those nations will catch our interest later in the tournament. It was a fun day to start off the Euro. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
How did your predictions look like, guys?
All right,
the match predictor
for now. I think I went with the correct team all the time, but didn't get the margin yet. But at first I wanted to see.
It sounds like
the
Victor
teams
got something good here.
No, I went also to the correct winner all the time, but Spain, Serbia. I predicted 3 goals margin. It was 2.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah.
And then in Germany, Austria, I predicted 4 goals margin. It was 3.
Yeah. Likewise.
I predicted 30-26, and it ended 30-27 Germany, Austria. So that was close.
You were actually just 1 goal shy of the perfect tip.
Yeah.
And if you guys out there are wondering what we're talking about, the match predictor powered by Gorenje in the Home of Handball app, you can find the link in our show notes here. So if you guys want to join us and beat Victor Thomas and Martin Vilstrup and Andrea Lekic and all the other fun people that are out there predicting with us, then come join us. Yeah. I'm one of the fun people too. Yeah. Cool. Let's close it down for today. First quick recap here, and we'll hear each other again tomorrow when it's time to talk handball again, everybody.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Into the net.
She does it again.
Yes, van Dijvenberg on the shot.